All right. Today should be a pretty straightforward update. SPY was down 0.4%, and we're finally getting that daily close down below the 5 EMA, which means there's a very good chance we're going to finally come down here and test this support zone at the rising 20 daily moving average at 451. And then if we break through that support, we could continue lower towards this gap fill and demand zone between 440 and 441. Now, if we come down here and bounce, it is possible we just continue this bull trend, because this is going to be a bull trend until it's not, as long as we're above this rising 20 daily moving average. So below the daily 5 EMA, which is right there, right around 455, watch this very important support at 451. And if we hold that support, we could start bouncing and continuing the bull trend. And if we break down below it, we're likely coming down towards 441 to 440. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were down 0.58% today, and the triple Qs are also testing the rising 20 daily moving average for the third day in a row. And the longer we test this support is only increasing the probability it could break down. And if it does break down, we're looking for this gap fill zone right here at 378. Now, if we bounce from this support and we do not break down below 383, it's possible, just like SPY, that we just continue this bull trend, because price action could easily bounce back above all the moving averages and we can maintain this trend and start pushing higher towards 393, 396, and then up here at 404. So the next few days of price action is going to tell us a lot about where we're going from here, because we're sitting near such critical levels and we're testing some pretty critical support here. On the Dow Jones, we were down 0.19%, and intraday the Dow Jones tried to break outside of this high right here on December 1st, and I told you this was an inside day candle, and if we broke out of the range, we could start for that next leg higher. But as soon as we broke out, we found sellers and we're right back down near this support at 360. So below 360, we likely go to 356 and then 353. And if we start breaking above 363, then we go straight towards 367. As you can clearly see, this is a very powerful bull trend, so we need to start losing support if we want to see a pullback. On the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, we were down 0.18% today, and we're getting the third rejection from this resistance at 186. And that's the resistance we need to break to get to the next price targets at 189 and 191. If we lose the support at 183, we come back down to the breakout to test it as support at 181. And if we can't hold that support, it's very likely that we could come back down and retest the breakout at 174. On the ARKK ETF, we were down 0.46% today, and ARKK is struggling to break this resistance just below 49. And if we continue to get rejected from this level, it's very likely that we're coming back down towards support at 45.7 and 44.6. If we break resistance, the next price targets higher will be 50.7 and 52.3. On the VIX, we were up 0.78% today, and the VIX is still sitting around this very critical support we've been bouncing from all year long, which means we could be due for our pullback very soon as the VIX starts to spike from support and starts heading higher towards 15 and likely even 16. That doesn't guarantee it's going to be a catastrophic pullback. It simply means we're going to be looking for a higher low during that period. On Bitcoin, we're currently down 0.4%, and Bitcoin is still outside that upper Bollinger Band, and it did hit that price target I gave you at 44,500. And because we're so overextended, it's possible we start to build out a bull flag or pull back to test the breakout at 42,000 or 40,500. If we continue this parabolic rally and we break that resistance, the next price target will be 47,500. On Tesla stock, we were up 0.27% today, and Tesla is still getting rejected from that resistance at 244, and that's the resistance zone the bulls need to break between 244 and 246 to get to that next price target higher at 255 and 261. If we continue this rejection, we're looking for a retest of this support at 234 to 230, and if we can't hold that support, we come down and fill the gap at 225. On Apple stock, we were down 0.57% today, and Apple is coming back down towards this support at the breakout at 191.5, and as long as we hold the breakout as support, we're very likely going higher towards 195 and then 197. If we can't hold the support between 190 and 191.5, then we come down here and fill the gap at 186. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, as you can tell from the arrows, we're getting into a very critical support zone that's going to decide whether or not we get a higher low before we continue higher, or we break down and continue to lower support before we can find a higher low at a lower price. So these very critical support zones are what you want to be paying attention to. And as I always say, be prepared for either of these scenarios. Don't just assume one has to happen over the other. And that is the definition of letting the price action do all the talking, and then you simply react with your trade plan depending on what the price action tells us. We're absolutely crushing this market on Bank Trade Alerts, and now is a great time to join Bank. So if you want to come crush the market with us, you can find out how to join Bank Trade Alerts by clicking on the link below. I also have the Stock Channel Discord where you can get access to all of my intraday updates and analysis. You can find out how to join either service in the comment section below. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.